Welcome to another episode of the K&A Football Podcast. We're now 4 weeks into the season. Austin and I are here to recap all the madness from yesterday. There's a lot of action in all the games. We're here to help you just know anything that happened yesterday. If you missed it, should be a fun time. This is K&A Football. So welcome, everybody, to the first official K&A Football live stream.
It's exciting.
We're really excited for this. We've been wanting to do it for a while, and we finally were able to set it up. We're still learning the technicalities and all for the live stream, so if you do send like a chat or something into the Instagram chat, we will potentially try to get to it, but as time goes on and we do more and more live streams, we'll definitely get to the point where we're consistently answering questions, and we maybe dedicate full episodes to just answering questions that you have and talking to you guys and stuff like that. So also, by the way, many more of our live streams will be on YouTube. We're still learning the things, and we still have to set up part of the YouTube portion. So this one is on Instagram, but look for the future ones to probably be on YouTube.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to add?
No, I think you covered it all. Pretty exciting that we actually got to this point. We've been wanting to do the live stream since we started 15 episodes ago. And Debbie finally got to the point where everyone knows Debbie's a he.
Yeah.
Debbie finally got to the point where he can live stream and it hopefully functions properly.
Yeah.
And we'll find out later.
Yeah. It's a lot more nerve-wracking now that people can actually listen live.
I mean, not that we do multiple takes of our podcast.
Right,
anyway.
No, we don't.
Right, we don't. It's all one take.
That's dead serious. We actually don't.
It's all one take, but sometimes there's a mess up on the intro or the outro or something, and that gets cut and pasted somewhere else. So now, if we mess up, all of you guys get to see it.
Yeah, should be a lot of fun. So without further ado, let's get into our recap.
All right, recap time. So Debbie, let's hit that first slide. So the London game, this happened at 9:30.
Yeah,
Sunday morning, very early, across the pond. This is Vikings Saints. The Vikings, as you can see, shout out to the Ross Nisley. I don't know if you're watching. Hopefully you are. He gave us the brilliant idea to toss up the scores on the recap episodes, which we thought was pretty brilliant. So we decided to incorporate that for this episode and probably future episodes as well. But yeah, Vikings, Saints. The Saints allegedly the home team. The Vikings ended up pulling this one out, 28-25 in dramatic fashion. Shout out to Caden for that. I sent Debbie a clip for this one that I wanted to show us for this game. So Debbie, can we swipe to that clip?
This one?
Yep, this is the one.
The Saints are going. They're down by 3 with 2 seconds to go. They're at it'd be a really long field goal attempt to try to tie the game. 61 yards.
This is on par with the NFL record if they were to make it. I think the NFL record's 62. Kick is up, veering, hits the crossbar, the upright, and all of a sudden it bounces out. The referees call it no good. Every single person, the announcers, the people playing, everyone thought that this kick was good until the referees signaled no good. The double doinker, that's what they call it in the NFL world. Double doinker got the best of them, and Minnesota ended up winning based off of the double doinker.
Yeah, infamously recreated another double doinker.
Yeah, I actually have the original double doinker as well, David, if you want to pull that one up.
This one in the playoffs. No, not this one. Other one.
There we go. Playoffs is about 3 years ago, I think. Chicago, obviously, down 1, looking to
I still can't believe
win.
This.
Okay, Eagles call a timeout, try to ice the kicker. Chicago puts it through what would have been the make, but they obviously called the timeout to ice him. And now he's thinking about it, whatever else. Debbie, you can fast forward a little bit because it veers.
A lot of pressure on this kick. This is why you ice kickers, Matt Rule.
We'll get to Matt Rule, don't you worry.
Oh, well, we will get to Matt Rule.
Okay, here he is lining up for the actual attempt this time, now that Philadelphia is out of timeouts.
The kick Good snap.
Boom. Upright. Crossbar. Double doinker. Out it comes. The Eagles went on to win the Super Bowl this year.
Literally crazy. Been infamously known as the double doink. So now in 2 weeks, we've had 3 crazy infamous recreations. We had Jimmy Garoppolo last week. We had the butt punt.
Yeah.
And now we have the double doink.
Double doinker.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, we can continue with this trend
Oh,
all the way.
That'd be
the rest of
awesome.
the year, we're going to continue with recreating infamous plays.
Yeah. I mean, Saints, props to the Saints for making this a game. They had
Absolutely.
Jameis Winston out, Alvin Kamara out, and Michael Thomas. All were out of this game. So they were coming in here with Andy Dalton and Chris Olave, who Chris Olave, I think, is establishing himself as a star receiver.
Legitimate receiver.
He looks
fills the
phenomenal.
gap that Michael Thomas has avoided.
He looks, unfortunately for Panthers fans, he looks phenomenal, which, I mean, I think we all knew he was going to be good, but he's really, really shining.
Yeah.
But the Vikings, I mean, Justin Jefferson went crazy finally. Like week 1, he did. And, I mean, Saints made it a game, but the Vikings were able to make a couple late plays to win the game. But
Yeah, that's all it takes.
it was a great game.
It was really good.
England got to watch a good one.
Yeah. Who does England get to see this next week? Green Bay and blanking.
There's a game this week in London?
I think so, yeah.
I know Green Bay
Or is it
plays
next week?
I don't know.
There's one coming up, and it's Green Bay and someone else. I can't remember who it is that they play.
Cool.
But, yeah, London actually getting some good games this year instead of, like, the Jags, like they got last year.
Yeah. So, Debbie, do you like to go to the next game? No, that was the one we were on.
this is the first
Next
one.
game. That one, we already recapped that one.
Yeah, we already talked about this one.
Okay.
All right. This game, man. Let me tell you something, Browns fans out there. I don't know what our organization has going for them. I don't know why we continuously lose to the teams we should beat and beat the teams we should lose to. But, with us being kind of a mid team without like a really established quarterback, I'm going to take that. If we lose to all the teams we should beat, but win against all the teams we should lose to, I'm going to take that. Because that means we should beat the Chargers. That means we should win almost every game from here on out this season. So, I'm going to take that. I'll take that all day. But overall, Browns fans, despite our tears, we looked really good. Like,
Falcons aren't a good team.
Falcons aren't a good team, so it sucks that we lost. So it's like, that is unfortunate. But overall, we're actually a really good team. Jacoby Brissett looks great. Like, does he throw interceptions in like the last couple seconds when he has to throw a desperation pass? Yeah, he does. But we should just be up by more points instead of him having to throw the desperation throws. But he throws well. He doesn't turn the ball over normally. Our run game is absolutely phenomenal. Our defense plays out of their minds. So it sucks that we lose to these bad teams, but overall, we don't look bad. Give it, if we can continue this .500 streak where we keep it nice and even till Deshaun comes back and the AFC North keeps playing like they do, we stand a legitimate shot to win the division. And even if we don't, next year we should be great.
Yeah. I mean, the Browns' running attack looks great. I really don't understand why they don't run the ball more. I'm really confused with some of their decisions, like to go for it on some fourth downs. Like, very first drive, they marched it down to like the 5, came up to a fourth down, and then they went for it and didn't get it instead of just taking the 3 right away, take the lead. Like, that didn't make sense to me. Like, just take the 3 at some points. Like, they go for it a lot on fourth down and they don't get it.
I like it. Personally, I like Kevin Stefanski's, yeah, we're going to go for it. We can get it. I mean, Jacoby Brissett is absolutely phenomenal on 4th and short.
At running the ball.
Yeah, at QB sneaks. He gets it every time without fail. So why not keep doing it? They know it's coming. Shove it down their throat. I don't mind it. Does it suck that we don't win those games off of probably not kicking those field goals? Yeah, but on the ones we do get, Kevin Stefanski looks like a genius. So I'm not gonna complain. I'm disappointed, but I'm not sad.
Yeah. I mean, Falcons looked good. I mean, their running game looked really good. Cordell Patterson is out for at least 4 weeks, so that sucks for the Falcons. But, I mean, no one really had hopes for the Falcons, but, I mean, they've won 2 games and they're 500.
Yeah. Good enough. Their season is as good as one for them. Let's jump to the next game here, Debbie. And Debbie's just not paying attention, man.
He's got a lot of worry about it with the Lions.
It's true. It's true.
Hey, wait. One thing.
Debbie
wants to do
pausing
something.
everything.
Okay. Ooh. Okay, so we got new view. We got Micah on the chat right here.
Howdy.
In case you guys have any questions.
AJ,
And-
Austin, AJ has requested for you to go crazy for him.
I also
Go crazy.
have this report here.
Can they hear you, Debbie?
Yeah, they can hear me.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
And we're really moving up the
Yeah,
ranks.
we are.
We got a lot of high-tech stuff, and then we got a thing of queso holding up the
Queso
football.
holding up the football. You can't see that, but it's there.
Okay. October 9th.
So that would be this week.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Okay, yeah, Giants and Packers. No.
Okay, yeah.
Is that this week? It is.
October 9th.
Yeah, okay. You were right.
There you go.
I was right. I'm cool like that. Good work, Debbie, finding that for me.
Are we
Proving me
good?
Correct.
All right, cool. This game, Cowboys and Washington, it was kind of boring. Washington didn't look good. Carson Wentz is finally starting to come back down to earth, play like Carson Wentz normally would play. The last 2 weeks, he hasn't looked good, and neither is Washington. Cooper Rush is now 4-0 as a starter in his career. He's 3-0 this year and 1-0 last season he played a game. So there's some talks about even when Dak is healthy that they just keep Cooper Rush back there because they have looked so good with him.
Yeah, I mean, why not? I mean, for this season, I don't see how it makes sense. But, if you can cut Dak and keep Cooper Rush for
you can trade Dak. You can get good things for Dak, is what I'm saying.
I mean, that's pretty good, too, and then you don't have to pay the rest of his contract. And Cooper Rush is only worth, a quarter of what you're paying back, so it saves so much
If
money.
that, yeah.
Jerry Jones is really happy about that one.
Yeah, Cooper Rush, he's looked really good. Granted, he hasn't played great teams, but, if he's winning games, it's really all that matters.
Yeah, he's the first Cowboys quarterback to go 4-0 in his first 4 starts.
Yeah,
which is
and
ridiculous.
the Cowboys have had some pretty good quarterbacks.
Pretty good quarterbacks if you looked at back their track record.
But yeah, Washington, they got to start figuring it out. Carson Wentz is showing why he shouldn't be a starting quarterback. But
maybe they can trade for Dak.
that would be pretty wild. Thankfully for them, Brian Robinson, who got shot at the beginning of the season, supposed to be their star rookie running back. He's making good progress, and they're expecting him to play either this week or next week, which is just
that's literally insane.
literally phenomenal to me. If you're gonna if I'm getting shot once, I'm not playing for life. And he got shot 7 times, and he's gonna play 4 weeks after he got shot.
It's ridiculous.
That's insane. That's a player I want on my team. That's a player I want leading my team.
For sure. Washington needs that for real. What they need is for their players to not get shot in the first place.
Whoa.
But if they're gonna get shot, if every one of them can return after 4 weeks, like you said, that's a guy that I want on my team. He's tough.
That's insane. And he's a rookie of all. I like that guy.
I like him a lot.
Got him on my fantasy team.
He's not getting turf toe and out for 4 weeks. Yeah, but yeah, the Cowboys' defense looks crazy.
Their defense
they're
does look
legit.
phenomenal. Michael Parsons looks like the next. Yes.
The next, yes, that's just
He looks like the
Yes,
next
that
Michael
is.
Parsons.
facts. He is his own person.
But yeah, Cowboys look great.
Yeah, how
Washington
much-
doesn't.
Washington is not good,
Debbie, you want to move on to the next game?
dude. This game though,
Seahawks Lions.
Seahawks Lions. So, did we both say that the Lions would win this?
We
one?
did.
Yeah, we both said the Lions would win this one. Which, honestly, I don't still understand how they lost this one.
They had a lot of injuries.
They did have a lot of injuries. They made it a really good game. They still threw the ball really well for not having Amon-Ra St. Brown and why am I blanking
Chark.
on his name?
DJ Chark.
J.J. Chark. So I don't know. They still threw really well. They have this one tight end, T.J. Hawkinson.
Oh my gosh.
I have him on my fantasy team, and I literally, no joke, I drafted him not knowing who he was. Never heard of this guy before. Drafted him because I needed another tight end as a backup. Okay, tight end for the Broncos gets hurt, so I have to start T.J. Hawkinson as my tight end. Goes crazy. He gets 40 points. I'm like, dude, this guy should start every week. He should get 40 points every week. This guy's went crazy, man. But this game was literally insane. These teams combined for 1,720 total yards of offense.
There was no defense played.
There was no defense. It was just scoring. They combined for 93 points. That's literally insane, man. This game had everything other than the Lions winning.
Yeah, it was. The Panthers game was starting right as this game was ending. So I was out on the deck watching the Panthers game, but I kept peeking in to watch because every time I'd look in and be like, oh, Seahawks scored. Oh, Lions scored. And I was like, oh my goodness. There was zero defense. And it was great. That's the fun games to watch when it's just
For sure.
touchdown,
Shot for
touchdown,
shot.
touchdown,
Yeah.
touchdown. Jared Goff, he's proven this year that he can be a starter with the right stuff around him. And he didn't even have any help and he was looking great. And Geno Smith, he's looked good. He's outplaying Russell Wilson.
Yeah, if you didn't see that statistic, go ahead and look that one up because Geno Smith is outplaying Russell Wilson in every
by a long
area.
shot too.
Yeah. Yeah, this game had everything, including DK Metcalf needing carted off the field to go use the bathroom.
He said the clench walk wouldn't have made it. But it was a great game.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Titans, Colts. Colts once again proving why they are not good.
Yeah. I mean, we both said maybe the Colts beating the Chiefs last week was a turning point for their season. They're going to start being that team that everyone thought they were going to be. Clearly, it was just a fluke.
Clearly.
Because they literally were getting owned by the Titans. It was like a lot to... It was like... I don't even remember what the exact score was, but it was something to 0. Like, they were just getting owned in every aspect. And I was like, man, this Colts... Like, you want to talk about being a disappointment? Like, this Colts team, bad. And the Titans looked good. Derrick Henry, I think, has finally gotten back to his old form. He looks phenomenal again. He's just running people over. And the Colts need to figure something out. I mean... I don't understand how they're losing games. We have both said it many times. They should be one of the better teams in the league on paper, and they just can't win. It's crazy. And unfortunately for them, Jonathan Taylor got hurt in this game, so he might be missing some time, which, you don't want your best player getting hurt when you're already struggling this bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy how they're not winning because, in my opinion, they have the best roster in the NFL. So I don't understand. Close. There's a couple.
Yeah,
teams,
I mean, they got a good roster. Yeah.
Yeah, and so the fact that they're just not winning games against opponents that they should be beating, it's concerning for sure. Like, are they even going to make the playoffs? Like, that's a legitimate question at this point. I know that we're only 4 weeks in, but like, that's still 4 weeks wasted in your season.
Yeah, I mean, sure, it says they lost by 7, but if you watch this game, it was a lot more than 7. Like the Titans just rolled them on everything. Like. Yeah, Colts are in trouble.
Big trouble.
But next game, Debbie?
New York, Chicago.
It was ugly. It was sloppy.
Yeah, this game wasn't... I mean, it was sloppy. Daniel Jones gets hurt, so he leaves. And then Tyrod Taylor, who I did not know was still in the league.
No.
He comes in, and then 2 drives later... Was it even that? Like, he gets hurt.
Yeah.
So then he goes out. Okay, now the Giants are out of quarterbacks. What do? Direct snap to Saquon Barkley. Of course, why wouldn't you? Out of the Wildcat. Now, did they only do that for one play? Sure. I still think it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's funny.
They're out of quarterbacks, so they just give it to Saquon. But
yeah, Daniel Jones came back in. I mean, they won the game. Justin Fields, he needs help. Like,
for sure.
He is not bad, but his stats look awful because he's throwing to Dante Pettis. Like, I can't name you who that is. Yeah. Before this season, I couldn't tell you who Dante Pettis is. He was evidently on some team's practice squad or working at Walmart. One of the two. And the Bears were like, hey, did you play football in high school? And he's like, I mean, I was on the bench. He goes, you're good enough. Come on. We need you to play receiver. So, like, the Bears, I feel bad for Justin Fields. Literally take him to any team, and he'll be better than he is now. Like, he has no help. I feel so bad for Justin Fields, you know. Kind of like Justin Fields a little bit as a player.
You couldn't tell from the hoodie that Caden's wearing.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Kind of likes him.
Yeah. But, I mean, Giants, they're 3-1. And if you told me going into the year the Giants were going to be 3-1, I don't care who they played. It's pretty good.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, no one expected them to do this well. We even said at the beginning of the year, don't draft any Giants.
Yeah.
Anyone from New York, do not draft them for your fantasy because both New York teams will be trash. They've kind of proven us wrong quite a bit.
Yeah, both of them. They've been decent.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we'll see how long the Giants can keep this up, but Daniel Jones has been playing out of his mind. I didn't think that he was a mobile quarterback, but all of a sudden he's running all over defenses.
Yeah. Contract year for him, and everyone's like, oh, like this is his last year. They're going to draft a quarterback next year. And he's like, no, I'm going to be here next year. Like,
I'm going to be here.
I'm legit. And he's showing it. I mean,
he looks good.
Yeah.
All the hate that everyone's giving him.
Yeah.
Man.
The Jaguars and the Colts.
Eagles,
I'm sorry.
Jaguars, Eagles. I mean, that was a pretty big oof right there. That's one of the takes that maybe we would have taken out. No, I'm kidding. We would have left that in there. We like making fun of you here. But no, the Jags are for real, man. They lost to the Commanders week 1.
Week 1.
And we were like, yeah, that figures. I mean, 2 bad teams. Who's going to come out on top? Commanders pulled that one out. Of course, the Jags are still bad. And all of a sudden, the Jags turned their season completely around, busted all the narratives that we had going into the season that they were going to be bad. Did they lose to the Eagles? Yeah, they lost to the Eagles, but the Eagles are the only undefeated team left in the NFL. And they made this a game.
They did.
They lost by 8. That's not a whole lot when you're losing to the only undefeated team left.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they went out right away, pick 6, and then touchdown, 14-0. They were owning this game. And then the Eagles, the Eagles are a great team. Like, Super Bowl, like, very good chance to get a Super Bowl this season. Like, they're out here. The Eagles are a great team. They came back and won. But Jags fans have literally nothing to be upset about. Like, they are a great team. And I think that they literally I think that they can win that division this year easily.
For sure. I'd be shocked if they didn't win the division.
Yeah. I just think it shows what good coaching can do. I mean, it's a very similar roster with last year, except they changed coaches from Urban Meyer to Doug Peterson, and now they're phenomenal. Trevor Lawrence looks like a whole different player now. I mean, Jags look great, and I love it because, I've only seen the Jags go 1 year, and it was when they should have went to the Super Bowl. But, that was a couple years ago, so we don't talk about that.
We don't talk about those. But yeah, they look legit. The Eagles, obviously, still look fantastic. Their offense, unstoppable. Defense, impenetrable.
Yeah, their defense is incredible.
They're crazy. And, neither of us really predicted them to be this good at the beginning of the year. But, the fact that they're the only undefeated team left and Buffalo isn't, Miami isn't, and the Eagles are, it's kind of crazy. But, props to them. They're playing well. They have good players, and they're absolutely owning everyone they play.
Yeah.
So,
even like their players who we said, they're not going to be good this year. Like Miles Sanders, he's never been great. He looked phenomenal yesterday. Like even when they can't pass the ball, it was a downpour, so they couldn't pass the ball as much. So they ran it, and Miles Sanders played great. Eagles are a great team, but Jags are props to them. They're going to be really good for years to come.
For sure. It's Pickett time. Kenny entered the chat, man. Kenny Pickett is finally in. He played some this game, and the Steelers have announced that they will be moving forward with Kenny Pickett and not Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah. The Steelers' offense, the whole season has looked dead. No offense. It's looked horrible. And I said last episode, who's starting this game? And I was like, oh, right, Mitchell Trubisky. And I was like, so the Jets are going to win, which Jets did win. And their offense looked awful while Trubisky was in. For the whole first half, it's like this might be one of the worst offenses in the league, aside from the Panthers, but we'll get to that later. But and then they bring in Pickett for the second half, and everyone's like, this could happen. And he threw a couple interceptions, 3 interceptions, but none of the 3 were actually his fault. I think, in my opinion, one hit up, 2 of them were. The first one was a jump ball. Claypool could have caught it, but he made a really bad play on the ball. It was intercepted. And then another one went right off the receiver's hand, also intercepted. And then the last one was the last play of the game. He threw a Hail Mary, intercepted. So, no real interceptions. But he played great. He gave the Steelers offense life. They scored more points in the second half than I think they did all season.
Yeah,
Kenny Pickett looks great. And it was his first ever game. Granted, he was going against the Jets defense, but with the way that the Steelers offense has been all year, Kenny Pickett looked phenomenal. He ran the ball great. He had 2 rushing touchdowns, and Steelers were moving, which, Steelers fans got to be excited.
Yeah, right, the crowd at all those games is chanting that they want Pickett, put Kenny in. Finally, they did it, and they're kind of proven right.
Yeah, I'm sure Steelers fans just adore him because he went to Pitt. He was the greatest Pitt quarterback since ever. And then and then he comes to Pittsburgh, and now he's the starter there. It's a pretty good story too. Jets, they end up getting the win. Zach Wilson comes back. He played pretty good. Jets, they're another New York team that they're not great, but they have more wins than I thought they'd have at this point in the year.
They just kind of have this thing where they only beat AFC North teams except for Baltimore. So we'll see what happens when they play Cincinnati. But yeah, good job, Jets.
No, they already played Cincinnati. They lost.
Oh, they did. So why is it only the Browns and Steelers?
It's only the 2 worst teams in that division.
Hey, shut up. No, I'm kidding. But no, congratulations to the Jets on winning. But the storyline obviously goes to the Steelers moving their quarterback position.
Yeah.
as
Hopefully it opens up Pat Fryermuth because he hasn't done anything and I have him in fantasy. So please throw him the ball, Kenny.
Here's the thing with this game. Buffalo in Baltimore. Baltimore cannot hold a lead.
Mm-mm.
Let me tell you something. Baltimore was up like 20-3 at half. Like, they were owning this game. It looked like Baltimore was going to run away with this, and everyone was like, oh, yep, the narratives were right. Buffalo has lost it. They lost in Miami. They're going to lose again today in dramatic fashion against Baltimore. And then Baltimore did not score a single point the entire second half. And Buffalo then just started moving the ball at will wherever they wanted. And in the end, won this game off a last-minute field goal. I mean, it wasn't like a dramatic last-minute field goal. They ran out the clock. They got the ball where they wanted. But Baltimore just self-imploded.
Yeah.
That's just it.
They cannot hold big lead against a good team.
Yes.
I mean, there was a huge fight on the sideline between Marcus Peters and the Ravens coach because you could tell he was frustrated. Like, the offense isn't doing anything. Like, towards the end of the game, the Ravens had it 4th and 3, and they're at the Bills 20, and instead of just taking the lead with 4 minutes to go, they went for it and didn't get it. So I think obviously that upsetted him because if they make that, I mean, they got Justin Tucker. They're going to make that field goal.
Right.
And so if they do that,
it's force the Bills to make a touchdown.
It's 23-23. Like, hindsight's 2020. Bills go down and kick a field goal. 23-23. You're going to overtime. But they went for it, didn't get it. So all they needed was a field goal. And when you got Josh Allen on the other side, and the defense is exhausted, they're going to go down and get a field goal. So I mean, obviously, I can see why they're upset. Bills look phenomenal. I mean, they looked really bad in the first half, but second half they just they did what they needed to come back and win.
Mm-hmm.
Ravens just need to sustain a lead. Goodness. I mean, they're a great team until the fourth quarter hits. I mean, if they can just fix that up, they'll be perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Lamar still is phenomenal.
Yeah, Lamar's still great, and he's going to get paid at the end of this year by the Ravens or someone else. He's getting his money.
Panthers will pay him. Please.
Man, you keep talking a lot of trash about the Panthers. Can't wait to get to them.
I don't want to get to that one. All right, yeah, next one.
Please be the Panthers. Ah, dang.
I know. I was like, if it's next, that's pretty crazy. Chargers, Texans. Not much to say. I mean,
yeah, Chargers won.
Anyone could have called this one. Wasn't really close. The score made it look closer than it was. The Texans scored a lot towards the end of the game. I mean,
yeah.
Texans aren't good. Chargers are good. Eckler scored 3 touchdowns. That's pretty much the storyline of the game.
Quote Caden, Texans aren't good, Chargers are good. That's it.
I mean, Keenan Allen has missed a lot. He missed this game too, but he didn't need him.
Yeah, I mean, upsetting for fantasy owners, unless you own Eckler because he finally showed up this week.
He was crazy.
Yeah, that's why you spent a first-round pick on him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not much to say about that one. This game...
Did we skip a game?
Did we?
We did. Dang it. No, I'm just kidding.
No, we have to... Is that it? That's good?
Yeah.
Okay, this is the one? All right.
We're not talking about the Panthers game?
Did we skip it?
Yeah.
It's coming up.
Yeah, it's next.
It's literally
Upcoming.
next.
I thought we skipped it. Oh, okay.
No.
Whatever.
got it.
We'll
Or I don't know if
we'll
it's
get
next,
there
but-
when we get there.
We will get there.
Quote Mr. Incredible. This one is Patriots at Lambeau in Green Bay. Patriots started the game not having Mac Jones because Mac Jones sprained his ankle pretty good last week, so he was out. So they started Brian Whataburger, Brian Hoyer.
Oh. I was like, what?
Not a real human being. I'm not even sure that he was still in the league
No.
until they were like, "We're starting Brian Hoyer," and you're like, "Did you just call him at the end of last game?" And you're like, "Hey, Brian, we need a quarterback for this week.
Want to come back and play football?
We'll play football one more time. We'll offer you a 6-pack." And he was like, "Yeah, okay." So he came in.
Six-pack.
So he came in and immediately got hurt, probably because he drank the 6-pack before the game.
Mm-hmm.
So he immediately gets hurt, and
Probably being
so-
investigated, actually.
So the rookie Zeppi comes in.
Zap. Bailey Zap.
No, it's Zeppi.
No, it's not.
It's Zeppi. It's Zeppi for sure. So he comes in and makes it a game against the Packers. I don't know what is happening in Green Bay.
Mm-mm.
I don't know why they're bad. They shouldn't be this bad. I understand that Aaron Rodgers doesn't have receivers, but like he has enough that you'd think he'd turn it into something. The running game is still really good, phenomenal actually. But the Patriots managed to force overtime against Green Bay in Green Bay. Inevitably, Green Bay won, but I don't understand this game at all.
Yeah, I mean, you make the argument for Aaron Rodgers doesn't have any receivers. Well, then go out and sign some. I mean, not Antonio Brown. No, please don't sign Antonio Brown.
That's a bad move.
Do not sign Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
No. We are not talking about that. It's a PG.
I'm sorry. It's a PG program. We don't talk about Antonio Brown.
Odell Beckham, like he tweeted something out, and then someone was like, "Hey, why don't you go to the Packers?" And he goes, "Hey, man, like you're asking me, like I'm not the one who's deciding. Like, go out and sign these people. Like, Odell would be great there. He'd be their best receiver there by a mile. Sure, he's hurt right now, but he'll be back. Like, go sign these good receivers. There's a lot of respectable receivers out in free agency, and you're sticking with these trash rookies. Like, that's your fault. You can't.
Yeah.
Like, go give Rodgers some help."
I mean, I completely agree. I don't understand why Green Bay isn't, because this has been a reoccurring theme for like 3 years now in Green Bay, where Aaron Rodgers is like, "Hey, can we get some more weapons beside Devonta Adams?" And they were like, "No."
Well, yeah, but then at that time he'd be like, "Okay, whatever," and he just throw it to Devonta Adams. Now he's like, "Crap,
we don't have Devonta to lean back on." And
Yeah.
Green Bay's like, "Oh, we don't have any receivers other than Alan Lazard."
Yeah.
Who knew he existed until this year.
Yeah, but I mean, their running game and defense looks great. I mean, Bailey Zapp, better than Mac Jones. Hot take. Mac Jones is overrated.
It is a hot take.
But
you don't like Mac Jones, though.
Yeah, Patriots have made it a game every game, but they're not good. They've made it a game. I mean, props to them.
That's, again, good coaching. Bill Belichick's a great coach.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about this game, Caden. I'm going to leave you with full center stage here. This is all you.
Hey, is there any way that you can get the camera just on me, Debbie? Is it on me?
It is.
Okay. At Carolina Panthers. Diehard fan here. Been rooting for the team since I was literally in end of 3rd grade going into 4th grade. I've lost faith in this team for good until Matt Rule is out of the league. Literally, what gets me through the weeks is thinking, oh, this many more days until Sunday and I can watch the Panthers game. I'm looking at Panthers things all week and I'm like, oh, like love the Panthers. Like literally is one of the most brings me the most joy is watching the Panthers. And literally, it is taking the joy out of my life because they're such a bad team. The defense is so good. I literally don't understand. You have a phenomenal defense. And the defense is out there, 3 and out, pick 6, fumble, 3 and out. Like they're getting stops. They're giving the offense the ball every time. But then what does the offense go do? 3 and out, interception. And so the defense is right back onto the field, and they're exhausted by the end of the game because they've been on the field for 99% of the game. And so by the end of the game comes, they can't make a stop because they've been on the field for the whole game. So first of all, you're wasting like the primes and everything of all these young defensive players, and you're not winning. Like the division is horrible right now, and this is your years to go in and win the division and make the playoffs. But you have a great defense. You can, if you just have a half competent offense, you can win games. That's a playoff team if you can score some points. But the offense is so bad that they can't even get a first down. Like, I gave Baker Mayfield the benefit of the doubt, saying, like, oh, he has Matt Rule as his head coach. But, like, we have the best offensive line we've had in years. Christian McCaffrey's been healthy for the first time in years. Our receiving core is the best it's been in years. Like, I'm done giving him excuses. Baker Mayfield isn't a starter in the NFL, and he's proven it. He wasn't good in Cleveland, but I was giving up hope. I was hoping for him, okay? And I was giving him hope every week. Oh, Matt Rule's his coach. No, like, he's getting balls batted every play. You have Christian McCaffrey, you're not giving him the ball. You're missing DJ Moore. How come DJ Moore has been a great receiver his whole career, and now all of a sudden DJ Moore can't get the ball? Because Baker Mayfield can't get him the ball. Matt Rule needs to get fired. Baker Mayfield needs to get gone. And I will not, literally, like, I'm going to watch the game on Sunday, obviously, but I would not getting my hopes up at all. Like, I'll wear the jersey, but like when we score, I'll be like, holy crap. Like, I'm not even going to cheer because he's taken my joy out of my life. Matt Rule is such a bad coach. Like, I don't think you guys understand. He should be a Pee-wee football coach. Like, he doesn't even deserve to be a college coach. Like, he's that bad. He didn't even play LaVisca Chenault.
Okay. Who do you want as the QB then? if Baker's out.
Okay. Here's the thing. We drafted Matt Corral. That's funny, Micah. We drafted Matt Corral this year. 3rd round pick. I really like him. But obviously Matt Rule drafted him. But so Matt Rule's 100% going to get fired within the next 3 weeks. So obviously when they go into this next season, Baker's not getting re-signed. Sam Darnold's not getting re-signed. We're going to be fresh at the quarterback position. We're going to obviously bring in a new coach. I don't know if a new coach is going to want to start a 3rd round pick that they didn't even draft. Like, we're just inherited this random 3rd round pick. Like, why would I play him? I didn't draft him. He's a 3rd rounder. It's not even like he's a 1st round guy. Like, and we're going to suck because we have Matt Rule. So we might have a top 3 pick. If that happens, I want a new coach coming in, and I want Bryce Young.
He wants to draft Bryce Young out of Alabama.
I know we're only 4 weeks into the season, but it is officially tank season for the Panthers. 4 weeks into the year, and the season is already done. Thank you, Matt Rule. You are a disgrace to
mathematically
football.
eliminated from the playoffs. Fun
Matt
fact.
Rule, you are a disgrace to football around the world. Yeah, you can talk. I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, like Aiden said, the Panthers' defense is legit.
They're insane.
They're one of the best defenses I have seen. Like, to be completely honest
They
with you,
look so good.
they're really good.
That's what makes me so mad, is they won't be like that forever. By the time we finally get an offense, they're going to be old.
It's true. Their career is going to
Their
be over by the
defense
time
is,
you
this
get
is
an
a
offense.
defense that can go and win you a Super Bowl if you have a competent offense. But their offense is so bad that they can't do anything.
Yeah. I mean, Baker this season leads the league in passes batted down at the line with 11, just for this season. And he leads the league in games with 3 or more turnovers. He has 10 games in his career with 3 or more turnovers. Which is
his QBR
bad.
this year is like 20. Like, that is historically bad. Like, I gave up hope for him, and I was like all my friends are like, "Oh, you guys got Baker, he sucks." I'm like he's gonna be fine. He's clearly not. Like,
yeah.
Get us Bryce Young, please, or CJ Stroud.
We can move past this one really quick, but I want to point something out really, really fast. So Caden and I, for the last more than a year, have automated a text to each other. I started automating this text to Caden last year because he was a Baker unbeliever a year ago. So I texted
Rightfully
him.
so.
I automated him a text every single day at 6 o'clock because Baker's number is 6 o'clock in the morning and 6 o'clock in the evening. And it read simply, Baker is the GOAT. Okay? Caden then countered. And then when the Panthers drafted Matt Corral, he sent me a text every single day at 6:15 and 6:15 that read, Matt Corral is the GOAT. Then when they got Baker, the text then changed to Matt Corral and Baker is the GOAT. Grammatically incorrect? Yes. He did it just to make me mad. I changed my text to say, Watson is the GOAT, because he is the GOAT. Always remember that. Just today, I get a text from Caden at 6:15, right before I get here. Simply reads, Baker is not the GOAT. He has completely jumped ship.
And that's the new automation, baby.
New automation that I will get every day is Baker is not the GOAT.
But, like, in all seriousness, though, Baker, the rest of the season, is playing for his career as a starter in this league. I think he's already shown that he isn't. But if he wants any potential shot...
I mean, he can be a backup.
Right, but I'm saying as a starter... If he wants
he's gone.
Any potential shot, he's got to play out of this world. Because he hasn't looked good at all.
He might even save Matt Rule's job if he's unlucky.
No, he won't. Goodness, if he's the coach at the end of this year, I'm mark my words, I'm not a Panthers fan if he's the coach at the end of the season.
Browns fans will welcome you with open arms. Okay, this game, this is Broncos at Raiders. We both predicted that the Raiders would win this game because the Broncos are that bad. Yes, the Raiders did not have a win. They were 0-3 up until this week. But they managed to pull it out simply because Russ is not cooking.
No, he's bad.
He's bad. Like, there's no way around it. The coaching in Denver is bad. The quarterback position is bad. Like, who could have predicted that Pete Carroll was the success factor in Russell Wilson's career? No one. Turns out it is Pete Carroll because Geno Smith is playing like a legitimate quarterback.
Dude, he's playing great. But yeah, Russell Wilson has looked awful. You know, you've seen all the memes on everywhere that says, let Russ cook, and then it's just like, you know. I don't even know if it's considered food on a plate, but it's like... Russell Wilson's looking bad. The Broncos are looking bad. Albert O. their tight end. Congratulations, you have officially earned yourself as the starting handing water bottle to my new starting tight end role on my fantasy team. And no, he's on my bench now. I traded for a tight end because he's so bad. He got me 0. Thank you very much. Javonte Williams is out for the season. Thanks to the fantasy team. Melvin Gordon.
Really coming in clutch.
Go you, Melvin Gordon. Go Broncos. They're looking great.
Broncos country. Let's ride.
Yeah, they're riding.
They're
riding that losing streak. Well, the Raiders looked good.
Raiders did look good. Finally,
they showed that they shouldn't be an 0-3 team.
Right.
Devontae Adams looked great, 100 yards.
Yeah, finally stepped it up. All right, this is the Sunday night game, last one that we're recapping. Kansas City at Buccaneers. Yeah, the score does not accurately reflect this game.
Not even close.
I went to bed midway through the third quarter.
Same.
Because the Chiefs were, to say it mildly, clapping the cheeks of the Buccaneers. There was no,
oh my gosh.
There's no nicer way to say that. The Buccaneers got shellacked.
Weird. But yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see Patrick Mahomes' touchdown?
I did. I posted on my Instagram story.
If you don't know what we're talking about, I'm sorry. I should have pulled up. We should have got a video of it. But he was running around. He scrambled around, and then he obviously looks like nothing's gonna happen, and it literally looks like he drops the ball on accident. He just flips it up, it looks like it slips out of his hand right to Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the end zone for the touchdown. Literally, imagine being a Bucs fan. Your house is underwater because of the hurricane, and then you watch Patrick Mahomes do that to your team. Literally, that's just when you know that life is just bad. You can barely watch the game because your TV is just like freezing because of the water everywhere, and then you just see that, and then you're just well,
can't even have any halftime snacks because all your food's soggy. And
you can go drink some water.
Patrick Mahomes just dismantles your entire team.
But the Chiefs look great. The Bucs offense, they scored a lot of points finally, but their defense didn't look like they could stop a cold.
Yeah, they couldn't do anything. The Chiefs looked great. Patrick Mahomes, in my opinion, is the best quarterback in the league, proving why he's a $500 million quarterback.
Yeah.
He's insane. He's the best quarterback I've ever seen. All right, this game is tonight. The Rams at 49ers.
Rams should win this, we both said.
Right, Rams should win. I need, for fantasy purposes, the Rams defense to do nothing, but I still picked them to win this game. So I still need the Rams to win, but their defense to not show up, if that makes sense.
Right. I'm hoping for a big game from Tyler Higbee because he's now my starting tight end. Because yes, sir. Let's go, Debbie. Because Albert is Albert is about to be cut. Literally, he's awful. And congrats, dude. You've eventually. I know this matters a lot to you, Albert. And you're not my fantasy starter anymore. I know, you're probably just gonna go home and cry now. Cry with all your money that you have, but
blow his nose with his $100 bills.
But
I benched Higbee.
I
had Hawkinson, who scored me 39 points.
Hawkinson. Yeah, TJ Hawkinson.
Bro.
He went crazy, man.
Facts.
Dog.
Crazy.
Dog. So yeah, that's the
wait, can we go to our record?
Oh yeah. We go look at the record. We don't need to talk about the record.
All
okay.
Right. So I got 35 picks right. I'm sitting at 35-29, which is, not great, but it's over 500. Better than 500. And Austin is 25-39, which is not good.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
No, not 25 and 39.
25 and 39. I just wanted 439. That'd be pretty good. Debbie, can I get a close up? I'm ready for my close up, Debbie. Let me tell you something, guys. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know what Caden's doing right. I think Caden is studying my playbook, and then he's just picking the exact opposite of me every single week, and it ends up winning. And he's bribing the coaches or something. Because Caden is on fire with his picks. He's over 50% correct. And I am under 40% accuracy rate. Just really bad. So, if you guys wouldn't mind, go give me a follow on Instagram. Get me verified. Get all you guys to come over. Get me verified. We're working on it. Come over. DM me your picks, and we're going to go at popular demand. Okay? Whatever the people say, that's who I'll pick. I'm a man of the people. So from now on, we're going with the people's picks.
Hey, everyone, go pick the Bills to lose every single week and all the upsets. Pick that every single week.
My fans will not betray me. They won't betray me.
But don't get me wrong.
To be fair, Austin improved by 1% and Caden improved by 2% on your overall percentage.
Improving is good. Improvement is improvement. But we can do better. We can do better.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not doing 55% is not that great. I mean, there's been like 63 games, I think. Something along those lines.
Sounds about right.
And I only have 35. I mean, it's not great. But I mean, it's better than you.
It's better than me, and that's what matters at the end of the year.
Yeah.
We were going to post about our punishment over the weekend. But
Oh, that's right.
Debbie dropped the ball on that one.
We will do this. Okay.
I forgot that.
Yeah, we're doing something on Saturday. This week's Friday pick'ems or normal Friday pick'ems episode is on Saturday. So we'll all be together on Saturday. So be on the lookout for the Instagram on Friday. We'll probably be posting our poll for what our punishment should be.
Yeah, as long as Debbie doesn't forget again.
But we'll be here to remind him. If we forget and it's Saturday. If it's Saturday and we haven't sent it out, DM us and remind us.
Yeah, we're looking for the DMs. We want more follows. Get your friends to follow too. At @KA_football. And you too can watch the live stream.
But is that all we got?
Cool.
So thank you everybody for listening to this episode of the K&A Football Podcast. You know, it was a lot of fun. We're hoping the live stream all went smoothly. There was no buffers or anything like that. You know, we have no idea because we're on this end. But thank you to anyone if they stuck through the whole live stream. You are a real one. You are a true fan. You know, legend.
You are a true friend of the crowd.
Yeah.
Dilly.
You're a legend. So yeah, thank you for listening to this episode. Stay tuned for Saturday when the Instagram poll and for Saturday's episode. This was a lot of fun to do. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for watching another episode of K&A Football. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and you can listen to our podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
If you want to listen to our last video, literally just click our page and go to it. You're already on the page. It's not that hard. Just go find it. Peace.